Forgetting the emergency juice apple. No, I got like almost half of a glass. Hey, my mom got me a Stanley cup. Any of you like Stanley heads out there? These things are insane. Like I heard of them and like didn't feel like I needed one, but my mom like knew I was like complaining about like being incapable of like hydrating myself since the move. I don't know why it's been a lot harder. There are reasons, but they're all stupid and not worth explaining. But so like I tried it for the first time on Friday because I like when I got it, I was at the start of a new like dishwasher cycle. And I don't really go through that many dishes as a single person. And when I like finally tried it, I like filled it with ice and like drank out of it like twice and then like put it in the fridge. And then today it was still like full of ice. It's insane. I don't understand how it works. Okay, cool. Let's play a video game. It'll probably mostly work. Ahoy, land lovers! It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. Don't adjust your set. If you're here live, you probably already know this, but I'll explain it anyway. We just finished playing Rosewater, a graphic adventure game I was really excited about that released like last month? I don't even remember now. Time is a flat circle or something. The whole playthrough should be up on YouTube by the time you can watch this on YouTube. I have thoughts. I won't spoil them. Have fun. Now we're gonna play some Blueprints. I've been waiting for this game since I'll do the spiel again. I explained this to people watching live, but we're here. I saw Northern Lion like do what I think was a paid promotion of this game when it was in like kind of an early build demo like last summer, and it looked really interesting to me. But then like I hadn't heard anything about it until like pretty recently. And then, like, almost immediately after that, it just, like, went on sale. And I was like, oh, okay. And then once that happened, I was like, this is the most amazing game I've ever seen. And I was like, oh, okay. So we're all on the same page. You all just, like, didn't notice it for a few months while they were polishing it off. That's cool. So what is Blueprints? Well, my understanding, unless it's changed dramatically in that time, is that Blueprints is a roguelike house builder where you use like magical blueprints to build out your house and try and make a path that will let you reach the depths of your family's home. And it's like full of mysteries, and your goal is to find some like secret hidden room that no one's ever seen before or something, and that like completes your quest. The game will probably do a better job of explaining it, and some of the details may have changed since that demo because it seemed relatively early on or whatever. But the basic idea is that like it's a roguelike because you are given like randomly generated options of rooms to build into your house using the magical blueprints, and you have like limited like walking resources and other stuff that like limit the amount of movement you can make in a certain day. And I think you have like 5 days total, or maybe just like 3 or so. You have like a limited number of days to like complete your quest, and like if you fail, you just kind of start over. And I think the puzzles in the house probably reset when that happens. They didn't during the demo, but it was like an early demo. But so I imagine that's probably how it works. But I have avoided like looking up anything new about the game. Anyone know what corner I should be in for this? Some of you sound like you've already been playing this game since its release. Just saw some random news about the Stanley Cup that some are rare and people were stealing it. That's a thing. I don't know if that's still happening. I know that was the thing, like, was that like Christmas this year or maybe the year before? The Stanley Cups have been around for a while, but like there was definitely at least a hot minute where like people were like, they were like a Tickle Me Elmo craze thing. Just not the one the resources are in. Happen to remember what corner that is I guess kind of the implied question. So I tried messing around with the volume. I put it at this. This seems close to right, but sometimes the main menu is like not a good indicator of what the volume should be like. Also, there's only one volume slider for all things, which isn't my favorite, but maybe the game is optimized for it. That's fine. Controls, I also turned down the look sensitivity. I'm playing this on the PS5 so that it'll run better on stream. But yeah, I like my look sensitivity like I like my women. Real low. I don't know what that means either. How do I start the game? Return new game. I want this slightly louder than normal. That's fair. I could probably turn that up with not much effort. I'd say slightly louder than normal is probably like one notch above where we're at, because the notch directly above and below what I have it set at all feel pretty close. Bottom left should be okay. Well, we'll see about that. We'll keep an eye on it. You all let me know. There are dinosaurs in this dinosaur park, right? Dogu Bomb. In association with Rowfury. I was watching a Pokemon Nuzlocke recap video someone did where they pronounced the move called Struggle Bug as Strugelbooge, and for some reason I can't stop thinking about that. Now you have to as well. So that's our dad paw, which is what...
Herbert S. Sinclair.
Okay, this feels important.
Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament.
Yeah, I probably want a slightly higher volume.
Hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give
The root trees are dead, you guys.
my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones,
I think that's me.
son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and
The farm.
the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location
The 46th room. I knew it was 40 some weird thing.
Estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret.
Also, the house is like super crazy nonsensical.
But I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner.
Do we live in the timely manner?
Cover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse.
I hope there's something important in that room. Otherwise, it seems like kind of a jerk move.
To set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Oh, I thought that was Herbert's plural. Signed collectively, Herbert's Sinclair. Blueprint. Love the idea of an estate called Timely Manor. I love that kind of wordplay. I'm a real sucker for it. I think of those often and have no way to apply them to do anything useful. I am inside. You know, let me boot up Notepad. I think I had to close it to toggle the second monitor because it doesn't minimize. Let me do, you know what? Let me get a new one. I haven't done this in a while. Let me get a new, change color on this. Let's make a new blue one for blueprints. Can you draw on Notepad? Nah, we'll see if I need it. I've made do in some of our bizarre puzzle games before. I did see blueprints on a list of that was specifically titled something like 10 best games that like require you to keep notes or something, which yeah. Okay, hold on. Game settings. Let's bump that volume up. I'll bump it up too and we'll see how insane that is. Controls. Is there like a run? My god, I move slow. Stroll with L2. Is stroll fast? Apparently stroll is fast, and that's not correct. Yeah, I happen to know from the demo that there's like some outside stuff. I don't remember if you immediately gain access to anything important. Dude, this looks like literally like a location from Quern. Remember Quern? Everyone loved Quern. All gamers instinctively turn around. I've been watching there's like a Mega Man content creator I follow who has been playing through this extremely elaborate, like, fan-produced Mega Man game called Make a Good Mega Man Level. And it's like the third installment of this contest of like a game that assembles a bunch of like fan-made Mega Man levels. And he like starts literally everyone with like must check left, and then like walks to the left and see if there's secretly a room there, which there is like at least a quarter of the time. The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay on the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu R2. This can be accessed after picking up the blueprint in the entrance hall. Well, we may never do that, unfortunately. Here is an orchard that it seems trivially easy to step into by standing on this stump, but I assume the game won't let me. Let me just, for posterity, just gonna try my luggage combination real quick. Can you imagine? So up there in the upper left corner are my steps. My understanding is like, I think normally you use up one step by walking into a room in the house. If you have to backtrack into that same room again, I think it still costs one step. Because backtracking is a thing that can happen for various reasons. That's basically everything we're going to find here, yeah? I should move less. Should start with 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 3. And then by Rosewater logic, the game would be like, I think I'm stupid and I need some way to solve the puzzle. Does your head explode if you run out of steps? I think you like drop dead of exhaustion or something. Okay, so suffice it to say there's some stuff outside that we should remember. I don't know how the game communicates this to you. I think most people have found it by wandering. There's some bird statues. There's a letter. Open only in the event of my death. We're covered. We're good, my guy. Next page. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of my bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules for this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel should be brought to your attention. No tools or items may be brought into the estate from outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. XOXO, Gossip Girl. Okay, fine. Give me the blueprints. You found blueprints! This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during the adventure. Press R2. I did it. So here's how this works. I think the house is in 2 stages. I want to say that's correct. How is it that I'm down to 44 steps? I've only gone into the main room. I'm glad someone appreciated that joke. For some reason, I often think of Gossip Girl. Even though I didn't, love that show, it's just for some reason embedded in my subconscious. Oh, something I crossed outside counted as a doorway. I was unsure of that, so that's good to know, I guess. So yeah, I think the idea is that, you get to the antechamber, and then the antechamber leads to, Deep House. I might be wrong about that. But, the demo ended at going through the antechamber door, which implies that there should be something beyond it. I don't know if the idea is like you fill out this board and then get to the antechamber, and then on the other side is just the secret room, but I don't think that's the case. So I think the way this works is there's 3 doors here. Oh, hang on. This looks like it could be important. Searching the estate could be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 footprint. When you no longer have any footprints, you will be too tired to continue searching and must call it a day. Kind of thought there'd be more text there. That's fine. Can I interact with clock or bust? Never get to interact with bust. Demolition, why are you looking at me like that? Alright, I'm going to open this door, I guess. Okay, so when you open a door that you haven't opened before, you are greeted with drafting a room. So, you can look at the blueprints. Yeah. So I brought up, okay, so I'm covering the overlay there. So under where my camera is right now, it's overlapping a little to the right, but it's kind of showing like where I'm at and like what it would look like if I selected one of these rooms to connect to this one. So if I chose closet, I would get 2 items, but also it's a closet, so it's a dead end, so I wouldn't be able to move forward. Bottom right would work, but would cover room names. I feel like that's probably better for viewing purposes. Let's try that for a little while. Let me find this. Let me find me. There you go, chat. Lock that in. Cool. Okay. So, like, yeah, as you can see, that room, like, fits on the side. I could choose hallway, and hallway would have multiple exits, which is pretty neat. It doesn't really do anything other than provide exits, but having multiple exits leading off of your current doorway means that you can draft multiple rooms off of the hallway, which is in and of itself cool, because it's like, well, then I could draft a closet off that and something else instead of just the closet being a dead end here. The bedroom lets you regain some footprints when you go through it, which is helpful for backtracking purposes. But I think for now, hallway is my best bet because I have at least 1 more space to the corner, and this will let me maximize like rooms and resources. So I'm going to draft hallway. If we bring up the blueprints again, yeah, it's just like 5 wide. So if I can find like a dead end or something that like curves for this door, that would be good. Pantry sounds good. Nook also works. So pantry would give me some money. I don't exactly know. I think I've seen like a shop that you can use money in, but the items seem like really random and not always useful. Keys are pretty commonly useful, so I think I'm going to try Nook just based on what familiarity I have with the game, which isn't a lot. So I walk in here, look at this neat key. Sometimes there's like other just like loose items in these rooms, I think, that aren't necessarily... look, a coupon book. What is coupon book? Save 1 gold on each purchase you make in the estate. That's cool. I've never seen that before. A journey noteworthy. As you continue your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, a scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. I mean, I might set aside like a physical object to write on for next stream. I don't think we're going to get super crazy far. I think we'll do fine with the notepad probably. Do items you get in the estate carry over to the next day? Based on the rules from that letter in the front hall, I believe the answer to that is no. I think Grandpa Monopoly Guy was like, it'll be more fun if your items get reset every day. So that's just a rule now. It's like a Nuzlocke where you make the rule for yourself and the game doesn't enforce it. Okay, so now we got a pretty good assortment so far. We already got a coupon book and a key. I'm going to try opening this door and see where that leads. So spare room would be like a straight up hallway. If I remember correctly, I think I can, in theory, back out of this and go try the adjacent room to see if it would be a problem for me to, like, angle into the parlor. So I could get the den, which would connect on all sides and give me a gem, which is cool. I don't remember what the puzzle pieces. Is that like a shorthand for like a useful item? Or is it like literally a puzzle piece? Wish it were an option, but I wish the blueprint map were up 24/7. I get why that sounds good. I do feel like that could also be annoying. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Den is good here. It sort of combines the best of both worlds of like being a hallway that leads up and also maybe connecting over, and it gives me an item. That sounds good. So let's go in the Den. There's a big clock over there. It's neat. Not seeing any like random stuff lying around. Here's one gem. The whatever logic the game uses to detect if there's something nearby for your hand to interact with seems really good on console, for whatever that's worth to anyone. Sometimes hitboxes can be weird, but in this game it just felt like it just does what I want it to do, which is nice. Look at that. It's a trolley full of gems. I see what you did there. So this could connect in many a way. It probably won't, though. So I could pantry my way back there. I could just, like, slap a storeroom here, and then, like, that hallway would be cut off. That actually seems fine. It's like a bunch of resources, and the hallway's potentially redundant since the den goes up. I think I like that. Let me go ahead and, like, pick up some cool stuff, like a coin and a second key and a gem. Don't think there's necessarily anything else that can potentially spawn in a room like this, but I think some rooms can occasionally do that, so I'm just keeping an eye out. So we spent a couple steps doing that, but I think that's probably worth it. I guess we'll go up. Closet, parlor, corridor. Corridor is always left unlocked. Right. As you get further down, or I guess further up in the blueprints, I think you're more likely to find locked doors, and you need these keys that we've been accumulating. So we could go in the closet and get 2 items. I think sometimes the items do cool things like help you traverse the house better and stuff like that. I kind of want to do the parlor, to be honest with you. That'll like wrap around the storeroom and give me a puzzle piece, whatever that is, and it sounds cool. Then maybe I can connect back to the start of the house and expand there as well. Oh, this room. Oh, the puzzle piece is just a puzzle in it, huh? That's what that means? I remember this from the demo. This is like a logic puzzle. So the blue box says all 3 boxes contain gems. The white box says the other 2 boxes contain gems. And the black box says this box contains gems. Okay. I think something in the room tells me like how many statements are correct, but also I got, each time you collect 3 money, you get an extra 1 money of interest. I got a whole free item in here. That's neat. Now, how often I'll get that much money? I got it. Oh, the key unlocks one of the boxes. Yeah? Component of the parlor game. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. Weren't the Oldhams the natives in Rosewater? I know that's not true. We're just having fun. If I'm being frank, which I'm not because I'm M. Lowry, it had been quite a while since we'd been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is to rival hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles. I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I played some years back involving 3 puzzle boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time. I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with your guests. Next page. There will always be at least 1 box that displays the truth. There will always be at least 1 box which displays lies. Only 1 box has a prize. Okay, well if that's true, then the one that says all of them have gems is clearly a lie. And if this one says that more than one box contains gems, then that's also a lie because only one has the prize. So if those two are lies and only one can have the prize, then this box contains gems must be it. I got 2 gems. I mean, my inventory seems pretty stacked right now. I'm not sure I'm making much progress, though. Let's open this door. The observatory. I'll be honest, the observatory kind of seems like crap. Because, like, the way the observatory works is it keeps track of, like, how many times you've gone into an observatory in your playthrough. And unless they have, like, amped it up a lot from the demo, it requires, like, a ton to start being useful. Also requires, like, a gem to work. And it would be... Oh, no, it wouldn't be a dead end. It would go up. I kind of like spare room here, but maybe the smart play is guest room to get, like, a bunch of steps and then just circle back to the entrance hall and go around. Alternatively, I could, like, spare room and try and get back to center that way. Which might be... And no, I don't actually think that is necessarily more efficient. It would be easier to get back to these rooms, but frankly, I'm not sure anything here would require me to revisit it. I'm going to go guest room. I got a gem. All right, what's this? Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. Weird thing to say, but it's a weird house. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Oh, that's right. That's right. There's some dart game I never bothered to figure out what the rules were because it seemed annoying. That's fair. Do you think this lock picture has a safe behind it? It's a whale up there. You thought the gem was a piece of cheese? I mean, you could exchange the gem for goods and services like cheese. You know, inside the house, I actually don't mind the walking speed so much. I can go a little faster. So this should be walled off. Good. Oh, I missed this. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Is that true? Or rather, has that always been true? I hadn't been aware of that. All right, let's open this up. So, none of these cuts straight through, which kind of sucks. Commissary is not the worst. I only have 1 gold, though. I guess it's probably better to position that, like, closer to a place where I'm going to have money. I think you only get each room once. That would make sense to me. I'm going to put in bedroom. Bedroom might be a little ambitious. Like, it might be good to burn lavatory. I'm honestly not sure exactly how that works. But just in case I get a dead end on the other edge, I think it's probably good to have a door here for bedroom. But I'm not going to go in right away because I want to open this door. So I can pantry or corridor or kitchen. I think I want corridor. I think corridor gives me the most options here because it'll give me at least 2 more rooms to search today. Hey, did it well go to the stream? How's it going? Yeah, we're not too far in now. This is our first run. We finished adventure game Rosewater earlier in the stream, and I was like, I'm gonna fit in like a day or 2 of blueprints. I don't know. I haven't actually played this before. I know a little bit about it because I saw like a demo played like way before release, and I think some of that stuff has probably changed, but so far it's pretty familiar. Let's put down corridor. Should keep an eye out for random stuff, I think. Okay, kitchen's the only one that's going to curve back up into more of the house, which might not be a huge problem. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5 footsteps. That sounds pretty good. I don't know how many bedrooms are up for grabs, but again, I don't have very much money, so kitchen's not super useful, and lavatory literally does nothing. Nursery gives me like a buff moving forward, so that seems good. So let's put that down and spend 1 gem? How many gems do I need for that? 1, it looks like. Anything else of note in here? Look at the little star man. Look at him. A good guy. Looks like there's... Ooh, I got a gem back. It cost me nothing to enter here. It is the Red Prince. Oh, that's the real mist overtones, my goodness. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He lived in a red little house with his red little people and his red Corvette, and everything he saw was red, like him, inside and outside. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. Rubies are a stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's really the only true color, the prince often said. No crab? The lobster's good and all, but no crab? He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. It depends on the time of day. I do like the Big Carlos. Big Carlos mode is very good. He would love Carl. He's missing out because he just doesn't know. He just doesn't know. So the prince always had a book to turn his eyes down if ever he was outside when clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? Is it the same book we're reading? The story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in this room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book. The book we just read. That's so weird. That's super weird. Someone said I should take a good look at our big mother goose. Very good. Very tall. Seems like a Pokedex accurate Swana or something. I've talked a little bit on yesterday's stream about how... I don't know if it's sold out yet. I haven't checked it today, but the Pokemon Center website put up pre-orders for the life-size evolutions, and I put on Blue Sky. I was like, hey, if y'all could get me up to 400 reposts, I'll buy Flareon. I can afford Flareon, but I know that I shouldn't buy Flareon, and so I'm not currently doing that. Do I want it? Yeah. Do I want lots of stuff I shouldn't do? Yeah. I can't look at the back of this or anything, but the lady has a moon necklace. She may be Sailor Moon. A dice? Ivory dice, +1. While drafting, you may use a die to re-roll new floor planes. Oh, right, I forgot about those. Greetings from Reddington. The red-blue color thing really has missed overtones. Bring me the blue pages. Don't touch the red pages. If you ever choose the bunk room, there's a good friend in that room, too. Good to know. Thank you for the heads up, Ditto. For the Flareon fun. Just like a quick informal poll. How much... Rate me on a scale of 1 to 10, everyone who's here. How much joy it would bring you for me to buy the irresponsible Flareon? And you can be on... if the answer is 0, that's a completely fine answer. If you just don't care at all... I guess 0 would... Wait, what is the scale? Negative 10 to 10. If you'd be super mad about it, let me know. Okay, let me bring up the thing. So I want something that goes straight across in... Wait, the courtyard? Can I do the courtyard here? I can. It's not especially great. I thought the green rooms could only be on, the periphery of the house. Maybe that changed. I'm shocked that my mom put 10, because I feel like my mom should be like, I know you don't have space in your house for a giant Flareon. A lot of 10s, a 12, a 100, and a 5. I really appreciate and respect the 5. Not that I don't appreciate the others, but like I don't want you to feel obliged to say 10 or a 100. Um, but I mean, like, feel free to look it up. It's a big lad, a big fluffy lad. Shall you type out a Google? No, you can spare yourself. Mom the Giver is probably eyeing the Pokemon Center. Listen, my mom is extremely generous beyond reason. It is a $400 Flareon. I appreciate that 5 seems to represent that you would like it, but also respect that it costs $400. I feel like that's a good answer also. Give it a low number for the same reason. That's entirely fair. All answers are fair. I hope I properly emphasize that. So I can like pantry, which like leaves some room to like curve around and like tuck something over the nursery and gives me a little money so I could start adding shops or something. If I remember the courtyard, it's not extremely useful unless you get like a shovel and or like a metal detector. For some reason the pantry's calling out to me. It's a little wonky, but I think that I can make use of the nursery corner. So I'm going to do this and get a little spending cash. Maybe I'll buy an in-game Flareon. It's red after all. Okay, so... Oh yeah, you get like food in the pantry, yeah? Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we've just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. Alright, this I know is a word problem. 5 apple, 5 bananas. Do we happen to know if the bananas are yellow or red? 5 orange. Metal detector is so good. From what I remember, is kind of busted. Literally a let's go every time I find shovel or metal detector. They both seem like really useful items in this game. The enclosed amount should cover the expenses, but please bring back any change from the order. Do I actually have enough to solve this? I mean, it's like X, Y, and Z. And it cost 4 gold? I mean, I guess I don't know the price of fruit. Apple. 2 steps. Apple equals 2 steps. That feels like an important part of the word problem, huh? So 50 total, and apple is 10 total for 5 of them. So then the remaining 40 split between bananas and oranges, but I don't think I have enough. I don't have any reason to think that they're equal, so I don't think I could just divide that. Must be a source of the red bananas. I blame aethericity. Alright, so I need something that branches as much as humanly possible. Chapel is promising. You lose a gold when you go in there. That does suck. The alternatives are the lavatory, which I think like ends my day. Yes, lavatory would end my day. If I found a toilet, it'd be game over for me. Do with that as you will. There's 4 coins and change. Well, are the coins change? I thought what the note said was the enclosed money should cover it, but bring back the change. So I can open the chapel, which lets me... I suppose I don't get to keep the gold anyway. So I think the chapel is probably the way to go. It is going to make it harder to buy things. Sometimes you find money in the chapel, don't you? Yeah. Red items. Ooh, let's look at the stained glass. Is that Avacyn up there? Oh man, I don't know if you guys remember, but I got the Cute to Brute Nicol Bolas Secret Lair deck a while ago, which means like it came with like some special art like double face cards, and one of them was like corrupted Avacyn. She's so good. I love the art on that one. Because she's like cute, and she turns into like a horrible, like corrupted version. It just like tells the story really well. Ditto says, I've been playing with Mrs. Ditto, and every time I walk through the chapel, I yell, "My money!" That's so fair. That's very relatable. Okay, so I think I should set both doors before leaving because I don't want to go through here more than I have to. So closet is bad, spare room is bad because that's a dead end, right? Passageway is the only one that does anything, but it also requires 2 gems and probably a bunch of keys. I mean, it's literally the only one that does anything, so I guess I'll do that, even though I think it immediately spends the gems. I'm not going in there yet. That would be my last choice of place to go. What's going on over here? Patio. Dining room. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. Oh, yeah. How does the rank work? Rank is like how far up towards the antechamber you've gotten. I do have the redraw. I keep thinking about that after I make the choice, but I think I'm fine. Westering Hall is okay. Patio is speculative, we'll say. Patio is the, like, courageous play. Dining room, I think, is probably the smart play. Yeah, it doesn't do anything right now. You have no green rooms. Does that not apply to future green rooms? I assumed it would apply to future green rooms. Spread is just, like, it finds all the present ones. Well, that's good to know. I think dining room is probably smart regardless. So I think I should go this way, and then this should be a dead end. So hopefully we find a cool dead end room. Greenhouse, you're more likely to draw green rooms. Or closet. Green rooms are important. I think you need 1 green room to open the antechamber. I remember more about this game than I thought I did, so I'm really glad that I didn't look up anything more about it. I don't know. I think closet might be smart. I don't know. I just feel like I'm spending a lot of gems. I don't have. Maybe the greenhouse has a shop list. Just drop down the greenhouse. That's fine. Anything cool? Oh, hey, what do we say about the metal detector again? Let's go. Greater chance of finding key and coin. This feels like it needs a lever. That I wasn't lying. Let's go and chat. Do you actively use the metal detector? It's been like over a year since I've seen anyone play this game. Oh, good, it's music. Trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in the night and rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coins, so toss away these sheets. You find a worthy trade. What? It says 5 on it. The sheets you find a worthy trade. Miso Fa time. I'm so sad there was no Miso Fa in Rosewater. Write this down. I really want to take like a screenshot of it, but that's not how this works. Because the PlayStation is feeding directly into this monitor, and so the computer doesn't see it when the PlayStation sees it. What part of this is important? Okay. Music 5. Is there like an in-game reason why I can't carry paper around with me? It feels like I would just like carry this paper. Chopin would memorize this in just one look. Yeah, but he would also delve into like dream madness and fight all his friends at the precipice of the end of the fictional world. I'm not sure he's a role model as much as I would like him to be. So, let's make these I don't know what any of that crap means. Just because there's a brick on it, I can't pick it up? What am I made of? Tissue paper? What am I, some kind of tissue prints? These sheets you find a worthy trade. Or Bialy! Hey, fun fact. Anyone remember what Bialy translates to? Because it's Polish. Because, as you may or may not remember from all those factual slideshows, Chopin really cared about Poland. This is a really big deal. So the metal detector just, like, makes me aware that they're in the room. I think it also affects spawn rate, but, like, I don't have to, like, turn it on or nothing. So I have 2 ways to exit, and one is here. Let us open. Hey, look, it's Andantino's secret passage. Leads to a room of a color of your choice. How's that possible? It doesn't have another exit. Well, it's a secret passage. Or West Wing Hall. I mean, you just looked it up. It is, in fact, White Eagle. I did know the answer. I was just curious if someone remembered. I feel like we should do secret passage because we're just talking about Chopin and Eternal Sonata. How can we not take Andantino's secret passage? I'm not gonna have any gems by the end of this. Who cares? So I click a book and it takes me somewhere. What do I want, though? The key to the bedroom. Lol, lol, lol. So, like, yellow ones, I think, are things that help you traverse around the house. Red, I think, have negative effects. Green, I think, are important. Blue are, like, resources? What's yellow? What even is yellow? Yeah, I think red's bad, right? Like, red seems like it's bad. I think I would either want, like, yellow or blue. I could do purple and I get something from purple. What do I get from purple? I get 5 extra steps from purple. I mean, it's not nothing. That's definitely not the most important resource. I am kind of hurting for resources. I'm gonna go, I think, green or blue. I know yellow and orange are different. I just have no concept of what yellow is. Are yellow, like, the mission critical rooms? Do they have a specific color, or are they spread across colors? Like, I haven't found a yellow room and I don't remember. Like, yellow is probably the one I would have least remembered without seeing one, and I haven't seen one. Yeah, that's kind of the sense I got. Is like the red rooms typically have a downside, and the downside to bathroom is just that it sucks. It's just a dead end. Red here would guarantee an early safe draw. Yeah, I'm not entirely knowledgeable about the rules of drawing from the fictional deck or whatever. Don't want to know about the yellows. I want a general no spoiler sense from chat about whether you like, I'm gonna say blue or green. I think most of these would be fine options, but like we're kind of light on resources, and I think green is important and fun, and it's my favorite color, so like green or blue. I know some of you don't know this game that well, so getting a general sample size I think will yield something interesting. Green, 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 green. Okay, green it is. Maybe the shovel. So, oh, that's cute. I got all this money! I can even go back through the... Oh, it gave me an extra... Even though I didn't get 3 at once, I got an extra from Coin Purse. So that works differently than I thought it would. It's lame that it's locked after being a secret passage, but I guess it's fine to do that. And also I have keys, so I'm definitely opening this thing. Aquarium is every color of room. That's all fine and good. I don't really know why I care about that. Patio spreads a gem to each green room. That does more now than it did before. Veranda, greater chance of finding items in green rooms. Special cost bypassed. I feel like I should take the one that has the text special cost bypassed on it. That feels like, that just feels smart. Like, I don't want to have to pay a special cost later, and these ones have a cost to them, so I'm going to take the veranda. Oh, the metal detector is reacting to the soil over there. Ooh, the trunk is locked. I don't know if I want to use a key on that. Oh, the door is locked. Well, I would probably open the door, I would think. Now, I do still have the ability to go through the passageway. And I have enough money I could go through the chapel without, like, breaking my neck or whatever. But... So... Yeah, I'm already here. I'm going to spend the key on it. I think there's maybe an argument to be made that, like, achieving a higher level, it certainly would potentially unlock food from the dining room. I think there's other things that can happen. But the box could have anything, even a key. Yeah, I thought about that, but if there isn't a key locked in there, I'm going to look real stupid. Not that I won't otherwise. Let's all be real with ourselves. Okay, patio is looking increasingly good, we'll say that. But it would also be really funny to open the west wing and just, like, blitz to the back corner. I don't know, that's tough. It's genuinely kind of interesting to, like, just forge a path to the back of the house. I'd also spend my last gem to open the patio. Although, I think I would hypothetically immediately get a gem for the veranda. I don't know if I would get one in the patio. I'm not sure how that works. If you do, it's not much of a cost. It's just the opportunity cost that you have to have a gem in the first place. But it kind of makes sense to do it that way. I'll let you know a secret that it's not going to be lavatory. So... I don't know. I'm going to be greedy and hold out on patio, I think. Let's open the West Wing Hall. Game's trying real hard to make you draw lavatory. Yeah, I don't remember it being, like, really assertive about showing the same thing over and over. So I'm assuming these doors are going to be locked, right? Probably. That's not the right door for that. Oh, this one's not. Oh, the breaker box. And the courtyard. The courtyard can have a bunch of stuff in it. I think including the shovel? If I got the shovel, it would be a pretty good thing. I don't know if you can get the shovel from the closet. These are all good draws, I think. Let me find the music room. There's a very funny music joke associated with it. I don't know if I've ever seen the music room. Is it Orzel Bialy? I want that courtyard. I'm kind of about that courtyard life. Also lets me, it opens up options and maybe gives me the shovel. I think I'm about that courtyard life. Hey, Ditto, you have anything to say about this shovel? An old weathered shovel. Looks like it'd be useful for digging. I suppose it would. Alright, so now that we have the shovel, we can dig these dirt patches. Ooh, the broken lever. That goes in whatever the first green room I had was. We're having a much more productive first day than I expected. It's better to be lucky than good. Worth this old tin can, not worth picking up. Well, I appreciate the effort, I think. Oh, is the hammer an item too? You can shatter padlocks on rusted trunks? Wait, that's a real thing? I don't know if I've ever seen the sledgehammer. So now I like never have to unlock a chest. That rules. So that door is open. Don't think there's anything else to care about in here. This looks locked. Commissary, conference room. Whenever items would be spread throughout the house, they're placed in this room instead. That's weird. So if I got the patio, whatever the one is that puts gems in all the green rooms, they would all instead go in the conference room. There'd just be a ton of gems in there. It's interesting if you could put that in like an accessible spot. I'm not sure that this is that. Mailroom. A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. That feels like it could be smart to do. Ooh, the conference room also is just like open though. That's kind of nice. I'm not entirely sure I want the conference room, but it feels kind of silly not to take the conference room. The mailroom sounds good, but what's the guarantee that I find the mailroom on day 2? I'm gonna go with the conference room. Starting to hint at running low on steps, but not really. Spreading items. Some special rooms allow you to spread items throughout your house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently on your estate. However, if you have a conference room, spread items are gathered in that room instead. I mean, I did sort of pick up on that, but sure. Hey, there's a bunch of pads in here. Maybe I could use one of them. There's also a red page. Oh, can I actually read this crap? Okay, the save code is on a red memo, which I'm pretty sure is actually relevant. Red memo. Save code 9083. I really wanted to click onto my other monitor, and that's not how that works. Reminder, after meeting adjourns, take all conference notes and place them in the office safe. Oh, is that the only readable one? That's fine. Is there a note in that glass? You shouldn't drink that. I can't hear any more about tables. Okay, it feels like we're done here. Oh, I didn't take the breaker room, though. And I don't have the key card that I think comes from the billiard room. I really do remember more about this game than I thought I did. Okay. Let's check out this corner. It's locked, and I don't have a key, so it doesn't prompt me for that. Okay. Cool story, bro. Seth. Also locked. Great. Well, I have an answer to that. By which I mean, but the sledgehammer. Oh my god, there's 2 keys in here. Can you imagine if I had just opened this with the key before? It would simultaneously have been really funny and immediately frustrating. Old tin can. Those playthroughs just one instance. It happened like every time you went in that room. That might have been a function of the demo, but like it was there like every time, I think. There's still something in here? What else is in this room? Oh, quarter coins. Now we're good? Now we're good. Okay. Now, I don't think I've seen any other chests. I do have keys, so I can go back to the locked doors up here. I think what I want to do is go off the conference room. I'm going the wrong way, huh? Yeah, that was stupid. Just wasted a step. Because I thought I was looking the other way. It's fine, I'm sure I don't need that. You were gone, how is this? I mean, I already knew a little bit about this game, and I liked it. Our first attempt is going, I think, lock unusually well. Right. That one doesn't open with key. That's fine. Wasting more steps. This is a problem. Unlock this. Patio terrace. Green rooms do not cost diamonds to draft or closet. So patio would connect back to the west wing. And it would fill the conference room with gems. That sounds kind of nice. I don't know how much I need closet items. I don't know. It's just too funny for patio to like spawn next to conference room. I feel like I'm just obliged to do. Oh, I don't have gems. I no longer have the opportunity cost. I am the fool, hoisted by my own petard. Although if I get terrace, maybe I can open it somewhere else. But then it won't be as funny. Oh, patio also like connects to multiple things. I mean, these other. Well, I can also redraw. This might be a good redraw room because I could potentially get something that like opens upward. How do I access the die? Yeah, let me do that. Let me redraw this. The vault. Nope. Security. Nope. Hey, gang. Looks like the game won this time. Guess it's time for a classic heavy rain. Use the restroom, don't wash your hands. There's literally never anything in the lavatory, right? Like it's always just a punishment. Whatever. We drew it and we were obliged.
Darn.
It's a classic odd darn. I'm gonna use the key here. Cloyce, God, I really starting to feel like I need some gems, and I don't know how to get more gems. Well, let's spare room. There's something in here. Is it gems? Nope, it is coins. You have kind of a lot of coins, and an absence of gems and things. Okay, this one's not locked. That's good news. The bunk room counts as 2 bedrooms, which would mean I would get a bunch of steps. Or I can get the drawing room. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room, but I don't have gems. So I have my choice of 2 different dead ends. So bunk room sort of offsets the cost of having to go back to the passageway and hope for the best. But I think the items in the closet can be gems, but they're not really that useful. I think it's got to be bunk room. So yeah, I believe closet can give gems, but I just like don't have that many rooms I can draft if I don't. It's VHS tape. Coin. It's Rubik's Cube. It's a little TP, I think. Oh, there's like a little Hamtaro in here. Sure feels like there should be something else in here, but there's really no reason to actually think that. You found Boo. I suppose so. I don't think I could take him with me. I don't think he has any footsteps or something. So now our choice is to take a really long path back to the passageway and hope that it branches in 2 different directions and that we get some gems from one of them. He has a tiny bunk bed. He's a great little guy. I do like this room. This is a nice room. The secret room is also quite fun. So we haven't made it to 8, so there's no free food here. My money. All right, so this could well be the end of day one. Boudoir, which does not help. That is a dead end. Observatory wouldn't be a dead end, but I can't use it. Workshop is not a dead end, and I can use it. So that's really my only choice. Are there gems anywhere in this house? Can I... Oh, I have the broken lever. I forgot about it. Forgot I got that because I got so much out of that room. I don't know what that does. And this room is duper locked. So that's really going to leave us with secret lever. Oh, hang on. Oh, good grief. I don't know if the color on these matters. Okay. Stones cut by hand and letters EA to spell our secrets carved from thought. Message! Red is often lost. So the really only important thing is the number at the top and the bold word, probably. That's probably how this works. Among us, the bold words spoken. So, yeah, it seems like even this page is like, yeah. The note is red. The letter is not. Interesting. Combine the shovel and metal detector into a single item. It doesn't do anything, but you can. For some reason, I thought I remembered that being true, but it sounds stupid. There's also, I don't, is chiseled tea matter? And then this is some kind of item. Large battery pack. Provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. That was the source of the beeping. That's fair. So, like, shovel plus sledgehammer? Not sledgehammer. Metal detector? Avengers assemble? What's the assemble button? Assemble? I did it. It is unclear what that would do. Greater chance of finding gold and key. Much greater chance of finding gold and key while digging. Oh, like it actually has a mechanical purpose. Okay. Literally never seen the battery pack before. That is neat. I feel like I saw something that implied its existence, but I've definitely not seen it. The true box does not always contain the prize. What? Why is that true? That's so weird. That's genuinely a thing I didn't know. I am definitely wishing I had the breaker room at this point in my life. So the only thing that we can do now is go back to the greenhouse and put the broken lever in. And then, like, frankly, we're kind of toast after that, almost necessarily. So forward, and then you have to go through the chapel. Okay. Workbench first. To what end? To what end? Do I have to workbench the lever? And battery pack? Is that what I'm doing? Aren't I attaching the lever to the room? Isn't that what I'm doing? Like, I realized in the real world I need to, like, adhere it to the, like, broken lever spot in the greenhouse. but it's a video game, and I don't feel like this does what I want. Does this do what I want? You want to attach battery to everything? That doesn't mean that it helps. I love that I got this coupon book that's done absolutely nothing. I'm sorry, broken lever and sledgehammer? I feel like sledgehammer is a good way to break the lever. I don't know that it's good. This is a for real one. You've directed me to come to the workbench to do lever. At this point, I would appreciate context. If we're trying to save me steps at the end of day one. Apparently sledgehammer plus battery plus... Well, I don't know if we know that all of them is something, is it? It's apparently power hammer. I mean, I don't think power hammer does what I want, does it? What does power hammer do? You gotta fix it. Explain how. Like, if I can do it, that's fine. But if I just try to use lever on workbench, it doesn't do anything. Workbench seems to be for combining items. So if I'm not trying to make a power hammer, which doesn't sound like it's the thing I want, it sounds cool. It sounds like it does a cool thing, but it doesn't sound like it does the thing I want right now, when it's like the end of day one, basically. It was basically the end of day one. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna go to the greenhouse because I'm not getting anything. So Sheila got 2 electronically locked doors. I don't know how uncommon that is. It feels not common. I can go through this room many times, and I don't think it will matter. My instinct appears to be correct. Oh. Okay. Fair enough. So, we're kind of done. I don't think there's anything else we can do. Guest room's a dead end. Workshop is electronically locked. Conference room is electronically locked. Don't believe that there is anything else that was left undone that's relevant, especially with items resetting, which is a shame because we got a bunch of cool stuff today. Grodislav, thank you so much for joining chat. I'm very happy to have streamed it. I enjoyed the experience. I think I just goosed myself by setting my expectations so high off Lamplight City. I think I'm just partial to what that game was doing. There's like a lot of good stuff in Rosewater. It's just that I don't know. It just wasn't what I expected, I think, in the end. But like, thanks for making Rosewater and continuing that universe, because it's awesome. Like, I'm always excited for a new like graphical adventure game. And that's just I appreciate the work you're doing. Keep up the good work. Yeah, they ended up being more different than I expected, I think. But thank you so much for stopping by. And seriously, like, I can be kind of critical, I know that, but like, I enjoyed playing that game, and I am really glad that it got made, and I just hope to see more. Um, so I think, oh, I can also dig here. Ooh, there aren't any locks that help me, are there? Oh my god, there's so many keys here. Oh man. It's really funny that I can like toggle this switch. I think I'm done with branching stuff. Multi-year projects aren't sustainable. That's so understandable. uh Obviously no need for oversharing or spoilers, but like do you have something in mind that you're working on? Or are you like currently just like on a break having like finished Rosewater? I'm glad you got to make Rosewater too. I think it's really cool that it interconnects and let like Vespuccia is its own sort of like world. I think that's really cool. Taking a break, but you have one lined up. That's awesome. Glad to hear that, and I hope you enjoy the break and get a chance to appreciate the success of having accomplished something on the scale of Rosewater. Like I can't I don't think I really have an appreciation for how hard that really is. I think we're just calling it a day here, right? One thing I genuinely don't know is if any progress on the antechamber carries over. I assume it doesn't. I feel like it probably doesn't, because that feels like cheating. It feels like it's against the spirit of what the note on the front hall said. All right. I hate calling it a day, but let's do it. Curious which companion excursions you got and who took the bullet. I don't know that I know enough about what branches with the excursions. Nadine ended up taking the bullet. Let me think. I think the one that counted as Danny's excursion was rescuing the child from the river. I think that was his excursion. With Phil, he found someone that he suspected was a traitor in like a saloon, and that one didn't go well because we were not particularly good friends with Phil and he wouldn't listen to us. I think why do I always forget the name of the woman driving the stagecoach? I think the Traveler's Shrine counted as an expedition. What was Jake's? Was Jake's getting mugged at the riverside by the lake, I think? And Nadine's was the coyote story. That was one of my favorite bits. I really liked Nadine, and I liked the coyote excursion was fun. So wait, are those like fully randomly generated then? Is that how that works? I didn't even realize. You saw I got quite a few tiles. I think this is a pretty good day one in Blueprints. But like, unfortunately, I just don't know how much like your progress matters if you don't hit the antechamber. Oh, they're based on relationship score at the time. Man, that's interesting. One of my mods, Demolition, was keeping a guide open in case we got real stuck, and gave me some insights about the bullet, which I would not have guessed that like the character you were closest with takes the bullet. That's really interesting. You only got Nadine's high one. That is not, in hindsight, that's not shocking to me. I honestly thought I was doing pretty well with Jake and Danny, and then by the end, it was clear that I was not doing well with Jake or Danny. I really thought I was like doing a good job of like keeping up with the companions. I was surprised by that. I mean, I'm not sure if there was like a nuance to some of the decisions I was making, like negatively affecting that or something. I mean, I know I got off on a good foot with Nadine, and I liked her most as a character, so I think I tailored some of my decisions to make her happy, but that's interesting. Deca says, I don't understand Phil's problem with you. You just ignored him when he flew out a window. What's funny is I did that because I thought it was funny and definitely didn't realize there were consequences. And then like later on, I was like, no, but really, what's your life story? And he's like, you like literally left me for dead. I don't want to tell you. I'm like, you know what? That's fair. That's entirely fair. Okay, let's exit. Save and quit's a really interesting option there. I mean, in theory, I should probably save and quit, but I'll well, let's take stock of where the house is at on day 2, and we'll leave that for next Saturday probably. There's some chance my sister's coming for another visit, and I don't know the scope of if that will affect any of our normal stream times. So each companion has a like and respect value that gets added together and averaged. Oh, that's interesting. There are checks for like and respect, and the dialogues and actions affect those. Wow. Wow, there's more going on than I was aware of. Just have Rod as a co-streamer. I mean, the thing is, like, if my sister does come to visit, it will be to, like, probably do Disney World, and you know, it would basically either be like I join her for that or don't. So does anything change here? I assume it doesn't. XOXO. So, there's really, because it didn't show the open door on the antechamber. Oh, you can check day 1, huh? That's kind of interesting. That's probably only relevant with stuff like the mailroom, huh? Thanks again. Well, thank you so much for dropping by. Like, I absolutely love indie games and indie adventure games, and I'm always excited when devs are like connecting with people. That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep an eye out for any upcoming games. I had Rosewater wishlisted on Steam for ages. Actually, when I finished playing Lamplight City on stream, I'm blanking on her name. The voice actress who had played Upton in Lamplight City let me know that Rosewater existed because I hadn't heard of it, and I'd been looking forward to it until I hadn't been aware of the release, and it just dropped, and I was like, okay, everyone, the next thing we're doing is Rosewater. But yeah, thank you so much for making the game, and congratulations, and I hope it continues to do well, and good luck with whatever's upcoming, and enjoy the current break. So let's check what our doors are. We got our nook, we got, hey, it's everyone's favorite, it's the lavatory. And the den. The den looks pretty good here. Apparently I'm really gonna need those gems. Probably won't see anything for a while. I mean, take the well-earned rest, but I'll keep my eye out. Gonna take my gem. And let's check the corner. This is a good place for guest bedroom. It's probably a good place for parlor. Any of these is actually good. Corner's always a decent place for a dead end if you have, like, something to work with. If only Vasco would put the lavatory closer to the entrance. I'm sure that would have solved all my problem. I mean, there is the hypothetical world where I replace one of the other rooms with lavatory and then my reroll doesn't totally hose me at the end of the day. That ended up being a really bad reroll. Like, a spectacularly bad reroll. I don't know if it's, like, a legitimate, like, actual low roll, but, like, that was, like, a really bad roll. Parlor, closet, I don't know. You should probably just always have the maximum amount of doors. I'm gonna put parlor. I think I'm gonna see if I could build out, like, the bottom rank and then close out the stream. Just get a sense of what we're working with. One box always has a prize. The other two are always empty. But something in the workshop said that's not true. This is the blue box. That is true. The blue box is true. That's also true. The blue box is empty. Well, if both of these are true, then black must be false. And if the blue box isn't empty, then the blue box has my prize. Bloop. Bloop. Well, I got my gems. Let's head... I know it's inefficient, but I'm just gonna walk back to the main room. It'll be really funny if we get like super far on day 2 and we're like 2 steps short. Well, I guess I'll end up being more like 4 steps short. Look, don't worry about it. Oh man, utility closet? God, that's so ambitious. That's so like ridiculously ambitious. But I got so hosed last time by not having the breaker box. I'm so putting this down. We're just gonna have a different experience for sure. So like, can't you just like, you can just off the entire keycard system? I don't fully know how this works or what this does. But then I want power on to the garage in case I find it. I think I just want power on to everything. I don't know why I wouldn't. So true. All right, let's just open this one for good measure. Oh, the laboratory, eh? I feel like this pretty much has to be Nook. It would be absurd not to make this the Nook. Okay, well... Zoom day 2, call it a day, room directory, save and quit. Ooh, hold on. Are you sure you want to call it a day? Tomorrow you will awake to find the rooms of the estate, as well as your current inventory have been reset. Really? Wait, really? Does that mean you can only save? That's kind of rough. Like, that's not how people play video games. What is nice about this is it's on my PlayStation. And if I don't open a new game on my PlayStation, then I can just suspend it. You got a good start. I mean, I can't run back a whole day. Doesn't update or power cut. Why are you putting that evil into the world? That's crazy. Why are you doing that? The update I obviously have no control over, but like power cut, that's just rude. That's a rude thing to say. I'll go a little. I don't know how far we'll get. I do wish I had known that. Then I might have ended yesterday. Oh, the coupon book. Is the coupon book always here? I'd never seen this crap before. Nope. You know where these just take notes? Better call me Tom the way I'm nooked or something. Okay, so I have none gold. Chapel's actually like good when you have none gold. Oh, pantry turns the other way than I was thinking about it because I'm stupid and that's fully on. Oh no, never mind. I was looking at that backwards. I was looking at this is the okay. That's fine. So pantry kind of stinks. Observatory. I mean, I don't feel like observatory is like a super exciting. I don't think it's a super exciting use of gems. Chapel's like. You're just lucky. Wait, really? I've got that same item in that room 2 days in a row? That's really weird. Oh, but Chapel, like, curves into the other room? That's actually not that good. I guess it's observatory. Alright, let's take a look at if they've, like, changed this dramatically from what I remember, because it really kind of seemed like it sucked before. So the constellations. This book contains a complete star base, a list of constellations and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, blah. So you get 1 gold for 1 star, 2, you get 2 trunks in the entrance hall. That would have been sick yesterday. 3, you get +3 steps. See, that sucks. Like, 2 is okay. 3 sucks again. 4, 1 gem. That's okay. 5. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Now that's like something. If you get this early, that's kind of something. There's none for 6, which is rude. 7 is apples are extra delicious today, which just feels like a troll. 8 is an additional key. Yeah, this sucks. Like, the observatory just kind of sucks. Dead? Wait a minute. 11 plus 5 gems. 12. Dead end rooms are more common? That's hateful. 15? What are you talking about, 15? The sale, everything is 50% off. I also hope that if you have the sale constellation active, every time you walk into a shop, you just get that clip from AWOL Nation's sale that's just like, sale! L'Orealis, bloom of the sky. Green rooms are more likely to contain special, air quotes, flowers? And that's the last one. How on earth would you get 20? You madman. Yeah, I got no love for the observatory. I think it's stinkaroos. You need so many for it to be good, and I'm currently unaware of a way to make that happen. Hello? Oh, I have to like turn the the widget. This definitely feels like a Legends of the Hidden Temple thing. Oh, don't you also? It's not technically active, huh? Forgot about that. So I have to turn the big wheel and look through the thing. Why is it showing 4? Well, that's kind of not it. Okay. 1. Constellations only trigger... Wait, what? No, I have to click it. That's ridiculous. Why doesn't it trigger when I go through all the trouble of looking through it? Gain 1 gold. We did it. Okay, but like... Oh, here's the door. Okay. Thought it was up high, but it's down low. Ooh, it's Andantino's secret passage. But I probably want the bedroom. Because it turns. Is there like a gem? There's an apple. Look at all these steps. Let me see you 1-2 step. Like this downward pointing finger sculpture. Well, I always have my choice of the lavatory. Oh man, this sucks. These are so bad. These are so bad. I mean, like, kitchen, like, extends it, but it sucks, and I only have 1 gold. I mean, I'm basically obliged. Like, I could go back to the den and the parlor, but, like, to just have this whole section of the map be, like, a complete dead end, that just seems stupid. I mean, maybe it just ends up being a short day and we just end the stream, but I feel like I gotta. Last time you had lots of gold and no things to buy. Well, yeah, but now I have none gold and I can buy bananas. Okay, so hold on. Bananas we're at 3 steps, which is 15 total, which means that the remaining total is 25 from our word problem before, which means that oranges are worth 5 steps. Is this useful information? No. Is it information I have? Yeah. Oh, sick, I could buy a tomato soup. Plus 5 for every red room in your house. In theory, that's fun. I don't actually think that's particularly good. Today's main course, porterhouse steak. A delightfully expensive steak cut. Why would I delight in the expense of it? What's the lighting in here look weird? Bone in and extra marbled for maximum tenderness. A perfect dish for those who love extravagance. plus 20, plus an additional 10 if you have a showroom in your house. That's just silly. Do you like tomato soup? I do. For some reason, that question also reminds me of a stupid meme I saw today, which was like, who loves orange soda? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Anyone here in the target audience to appreciate that joke? Drawing room. You can draw new floor plans. This time I have a gem for it. Da-na-na room. Got you, King. You always got my back, ditto. Is there anything weird in this sketch I need to know? It feels like the sort of thing. Oh my god, there is. Wait, that's crazy! I thought I was being a clown, but if I like mess with this thing, it's gonna do something, right? Dad, maybe? No, I'll spoiler alert, Dad is too young to know who loves orange soda. Or too old, rather. So is this the one safe that I have the combination to? I don't know how many safe there is. How can I, got it. 9083. Enter. Is that a no? Clear 9083. Okay, that's not it, I think, as far as I can tell. But hey, I found it. Aren't you proud of me? Wait, who drew this horse? Humans can't draw a horse. Okay, hold on. Pantry loops back around. God, I feel like I'm playing like the world's worst game of Dungeons Dice Monsters. I have no gems for the nursery, but also I don't think, well, pantry it is. Gonna tempt fate with that cursed lavatory. Should I? Oh, hang on. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that allow you to redraw. Right, I forgot I can redraw. The whole point of this room. Very good. Very, very good. Chapel hallway? Hallway's okay. Redraw might be okay. It's only be a horse drew that carriage? Dang, ditto. Arcadius would appreciate that, I'm sure. The pantry, you could buy something from the kitchen. Yeah, but I have all these steps and like I got no place to go or things to accomplish. I guess hallway's not that good. Let's redraw. It's just like dead ends at bedroom. Spare room closet. I mean, spare room is like basically the same as hallway. I don't need to poop. I don't want the lavatory. I don't know, closet? I don't know, closet. Some keys? Yeah, that feels like that was probably the right choice. Maybe I should have paid attention to that. I kind of thought all keys were created equally. When's the last time you took a fiber pill? Look, I have regular bowel movements like everyone else, once every 17 business days. I am not concerned about this. I don't know why everyone keeps bringing it up, including my doctor, with urgent calls at all hours of the night. Do I really want to unlock this stupid thing? Wait, what are special keys? No, wait, the silver... Is the silver key the one that opens the secret garden? Just use a key. Just use a regular key. Well, silver key is good if I happen to find the thing I need on the correct day, right? If I don't find it on the right day, it doesn't matter. Man, it just really sucks to get around here, huh? I mean, yeah, Chapel faces the same way as hallway, but like steals my negligible US dollars. Just gonna drop hallway. You can attempt special keys in all doors. Really? Is that real? Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. I know that there's like a place you can find that tells you like whether to trust notes of a certain color or something. So wait a minute, you're saying I could try the silver key right now? Do I want that? I feel like, if I remember what this does, I feel like it creates a room that's a dead end. I'm not sure that I want that here, do I? I mean, I got those two other doors down there that maybe I could just branch up here. Inventory is right there. Yeah, I'm not sure how that... Yeah. I don't know what the silver key does. Well, that's as good a reason to try it as any. You can now draft second copies of rooms you already have in your house. That's a crazy room. It looks like it has 4 doors, but it doesn't. Conference room. Is multiple entrance rooms guaranteed? Huh. Subtract second lavatories. Why are y'all putting this evil out into the world? What is wrong with you? I'm gonna take Chamber of Mirrors just because it sounds funny. I don't know. Oh my god. I will be honest with you that this isn't close to what I expected for this to be. Alright, well, listen, if you put a big dull red button in this room, I'm sure gonna slap it with my fist. Alright, that didn't really help at all. Alright, well, maybe we'll figure that out later, or maybe we'll find 2 lavatories and end the day. Who knows? So, don't think... I guess the idea is that I want to enter this room from all sides and like hit as many buttons as possible and that opens everything or something. I don't know. But whatever, that's fun. That's cool. It's a cool room. Now let's go back to that corner I abandoned in the beginning because I thought I could save. Stupid safe. Stupid sexy Flanders. Stupid constellation. Thought the mirror room was a dead-end room. It has, like, spaces for doors to be. It's weird. I think it might have weird rules. It clearly looks as though it's, like, supposed to be accessible. Courtyard, got no gems. Storeroom, dead-end. Guest room, dead-end. I mean, I guess I'll take storeroom so I at least have a gem to reduce the likelihood of my only other door being a dead end. Soup time. Soup doesn't help. I'm gonna like die soon. I was sick. I got coin and key and gem. I think I said I was going to do that. I was just thinking of this as closet. Well, that's not amazing. I mean, Den does what I need it to do, but not what I want it to do. I mean, it's +1 gem. So, Den it is. Obviously that's closed. I don't know, I was checking my map as though that wouldn't be closed. And, oh, right. If I can do duplicates of rooms, I can get multiple observatories, which would be helpful if it wasn't complete dog water. I'm so cursed. Like, these options are so cursed because I took the stupid mirror room. I mean, I'm gonna take the observatory because it's at least kind of funny. But, like, they're all pretty much equal except the storeroom, which kills me. It's like cool resources that kill me. Great. So wait, do I not have to look? No, I have to look through it because it doesn't activate, right? That's what it said? Pair of chests have been added to the entrance hall. Oh, I can use my keys to open chests. That's something. Passageway, hallway. Well, it's not passageway. Let me tell you, it's not. God, it was not kidding about duplicates. Wow. I've heard that triples are safe. Does that mean anything to anyone? I am a stranger. Pantry feels like it's what I want. Probably. Hey, can anyone explain what the deal with this banana is? It's the wrong color. Whatever. Walk-in closet, 4 items. I've never seen that. Oh, yellow is shops. That's what yellow is, huh? I mean, I guess I'll take the commissary. I have money and it leads somewhere. I mean, it doesn't lead somewhere good. We're like a little trapped here. Don't know what else I would do. An arcade machine that doesn't look like it's on, but maybe I can turn it on. With fire, without tree. I don't know what that means, but it means something. That's a thread on Christmas. Maybe. What's the red note say? The commissary will be closed from, I'm sorry, day 12 to day 16? It occurs to me, know actually how many days the not demo version of this game has. But, that's big numbers. I feel like I should not trust red memos, I think is what I'm taking away from that. And then staff notice, effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically as your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call. It is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals in the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process will be directed, as always, to our house manager, Ms. Babbage. Terminal password... scribble. Yeah, I see S. I feel like I'm seeing a W or an M, but I'm not sure. By the way, the answer to that earlier question was that Kel loves orange soda. And the correct response is it true? And then I do. Ooh. Terminal password S. Scribble. Seems important, but I'm not convinced that we'll get there, to be honest with you. So that's all the TV there is. I can't retrieve anything from there. What can I buy from this cursed place? I could buy a gem for 3. I could shake it like a salt shaker, which I don't know what that does. I could buy a shovel, which is cool. I didn't know you could do that. I think you're on day 10 or 11. Some days are like 10 minutes because of dead ends. Yeah, I get the impression that with the observatories, like, if that's some important endgame element with the stupid, like, multiple days where you're more likely to get dead ends, like, that's part of it, like burning through your days. So magnifying glass, which you find lets you zoom in on anything. I think I've seen that before, yeah. You can, like, find details in, like, photographs and maybe, like, notes and stuff that isn't otherwise. Oh, yeah, that probably lets you see through the scribbles or something. Something like that. I don't know that any... I think I should buy at least 1 gem. Oh, that's right. Everything costs less because of my coupon book. Let me buy, like, a 2nd gem. And if this door is locked, I guess I'll buy a key. Oh my god. I'm so hosed. Oh, hang on. Bedroom actually connects me to the Hall of Mirrors. I feel like I'm obliged to figure out how the Hall of Mirrors works, so if I have a chance to connect to it, I really should. I think this basically is going to end up as a dead end. And this day is, like, way less good than day 1. Like, way less good. I got a very timely coin purse. Oh, it did open the door. So as I, like, kind of suspected from the button press, like, if you connect more doors, you will get more buttons. Now, do more buttons do anything? So now if I, like, walk all the way back over there, I can push 1 more button and hope that does something. I guess. Oh, at least this is a bedroom, so I got, like, 4 steps out of that? That could be worse. Yeah, I'm, like, as far away as, like, humanly possible from that button that I opened up. I'm also reasonably sure it will not extend the day in a meaningful fashion. Oh, that's right, though. My chests. I'm gonna open one of them for sure. Look, this one even had another key in it. So I'm gonna pay it forward and open this one. And it gave me the key to the secret garden. So that clearly is just its own key to the secret garden. So you are saying that I should read what it says. Finding it won't be easy. So I don't know exactly how this works. I need to, like, draft that room and also have the key on the same day, I guess. Is probably all it really is. That's not the way. That's not it. Secret key. That's so true. These bedrooms are doing God's work out here. Not the closet. Stupid mirror room. Oh, there's another key just for me. Yeah, figured. That seemed the most likely outcome for sure. Okay, so we're pretty much hosed. So what do you say we buy tomato soup and call it a day and save and quit? Because apparently that's a really important distinction in this game. I'm not convinced there was actually any realistic chance that that would have helped, but I guess it would have been funny if it did. It just sucks. I have like all these resources, like I just can't do anything with them. The mirror room like is way worse than I thought it would be. Like it seems really cool, but the issue is that like it just kept drafting me like not good rooms. Like it was doing bad. I mean, do I have literally any like it's completely irrelevant, but like yeah, I have literally none red rooms. So I'm gonna buy this and it will give me none footsteps. Oh, and I only had to pay 4 for it. And it's sold out now. And I gained none footsteps. Can I get back to the commissary to buy something for the lulz? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Barely. I don't think there's any sort of like lost and found room that'll give you something you acquired from a previous day, but like, hey, might as well try, right? I'm not an expert on this game. Don't forget to put a salted banana in your tomato soup. That seems like a really cursed, unsavory thing to suggest. Is it possible that you're talking about wieners? I did have some really nice like banana Foster's pancakes over last weekend. We ordered from IHOP, and their current jam is bananas Foster everything. And so I was like, you know what? I like bananas on breakfast stuff, and it came with like the densest like cinnamon topping. It was like, yep, that's good. That's good stuff. I guess I could buy a comedy gem. Yep. Seems like it. Look at all my gems. Look at my gems. My gems are amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and call it a day. One of the like harshest things about this game, which is of course like the whole purpose of it, is how easy it probably is to find something super cool and not be able to resolve it in the same day. But it's always a bummer, right? Like you get the key to the secret garden and it's like, no. Because like I'm fairly certain the secret garden is like one of the entrances to the antechamber. So like that's a pretty good one. Yes, call it a day. And in your opinion, what holds it from number one? That's kind of curious, because I mean, like, it is like the point, though, right? Like, obviously, I get that it's frustrating because I like comment on it, but like, it's also like, it's a feature, not a bug. I don't know. This game is really cool. Like, I thought I would enjoy playing it, but it's one of those ones where it's just like, you never know if it's gonna be like annoying to traverse the house, but it has not been difficult so far for me to mostly keep stuff in my head. Now I say that and like, you know, I've taken some notes and like who knows some things keep repeating just to add on weight. Yeah, let's go ahead and save and quit. I don't know, I guess it's not too bad to have played through that full day. It didn't end up being a super long one, and also we kind of just ended up with like 2 mini 2-hour streams, which is like kind of a nice bookend or whatever. It's really cool that the Rosewater dev stopped by. I feel a little bad to be the wet blanket, but you know me, I just hate everything. I struggle so much to be positive. But But I was doing my best to temper even when I was complaining about the game that like there was a lot that was done well. I should have commented on how cool the animations and stuff were because I did really consistently like those. Wish the movement speed was a tiny bit faster. I think that's fair. I feel like the base movement could stand to be a little faster. Like you don't necessarily need a full sprint most of the time. Like if the base walk moved at the leisurely stroll speed or whatever, and then like they had a slightly faster option, I think that would be like a nicer balance. The base speed's a little slow. That I think is fair. But like the art style of this game is cool. The premise is interesting. I like a roguelike. I think there's like a greater mystery to be solved. I don't know exactly what it is, which is kind of fun in its own right. But I don't know if we'll necessarily finish this game on stream. If you guys are interested in it, I would say it's likely. But like I don't know if this will hold everyone's attention or whatever. But I was excited about it. I have enjoyed playing through a little bit of it so far already. I intend like again there's some unknown with like my sister visiting, like she's told me the schedule, but I'm head empty, no thoughts. Some of these things change, and it's just a lot of information. So I don't know, something might happen next weekend. I don't know how likely that is. I'll keep you posted on the Discord, but assuming that nothing changes the normal schedule, next week should be good for Old Skies Friday and Blueprints Saturday, which is like a really fun pair, I think. It's probably a little tedious to play through Blueprints a week at a time, but I don't know. This is what I do. I don't know if I could hold off on Old Skies. I really got to know more about that. Kind of appreciate it more after what the dev said about development. Yeah, I can't help but agree with that. I do still wonder about the choices of no, there's something really interesting about him sort of dissecting my playthrough and basically being like, everyone hated you. And I'm like, oh, it's just like real life. It's a reflection of me. But like, genuinely, I really did not get the impression that I was like keeping people at like arm's length or like making them upset, other than Phil, who it became clear pretty early on that I had tanked that relationship. And then, I think it was the correct choice to comedically continue to just sabotage that relationship. At the end of the day, the bullet still leaves salt in the wound. I agree. I didn't want to harp on that point. I'm genuinely not sure what specifically he picked up. I don't know if he like went and watched the VOD from the first part of the stream and saw me complaining about it. Like, I'm not sure what tipped him off to the fact that like ultimately I didn't love my experience with Rosewater. But like I'm not a fan of the bullet thing. I really am not. Like that's as like a specific individual choice, like that's not how I would do that. It feels, I mean, I think it maybe disproportionately affected me because apparently I didn't have good relationships with everyone. Like honestly, like I was going out of my way to try and like talk to everyone in the stagecoach, even Phil, who I didn't particularly like. And like I didn't feel like I encountered a lot of decisions where I was like presented with stuff that I thought would improve or sour my relationships with the character. So I'm really not sure what I did to like make that like such a hardship on myself. But like I think because of the fact that the character I was most attached to got written out and the fact that like the other characters didn't like me, I think that did contribute to like the end of the game feeling kind of like disconnected, I guess. Missed the whole bullet thing. Did Nadine die from that? No, but she like story died because we never saw her again. Like it was just implied that the stagecoach driver, whose name I ever remember, like rushed her to a hospital after we got to the city, and then like the two of them don't appear until like the epilogue, basically. Interesting. It is interesting though that like all of my excursions were bad except Nadine. I like Nadine. She was my favorite character, and then she got written out. Like going from critical to your story to a vignette pick. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting, like I don't know. I guess it's just hard to say like how different the experience would be If I got better excursions and if that would have affected stuff later in the game based on what I've seen, I don't know. It's hard to say. But I will say, I mean, considering that like Danny's excursion happens like really early on, and so does Jake's. There's even though you meet them earlier than the other characters, there's like not a lot you can do that I'm aware of that we didn't do that would have like given us better experiences with them. At least not without coming at the cost of like Nadine. Like the only like major one that comes to mind from early on is like how you decide to approach like escaping the Adun camp. I don't remember how to pronounce it. They only mention it a handful of times, and it's not pronounced the way it's written. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's entirely possible that I actually just did have like a particularly lousy experience with the game, and that like colored my judgment of it. But on the other hand, if that's true, and I wasn't like deliberately doing something to try and make my experience worse, that's kind of rough. That's kind of a I don't know. But I do stand by it. Like I am grateful that the industry is in a position where people are making new adventure games, and I know that I could be a harsh critic, but I am at least glad that people are trying new stuff, even though I do stand by what I said at the end of it. Like I kind of wish that we had just committed more strongly to like one of those things we were trying to do. If we had committed to like social party like dislike mechanics or like time consequences or party skill mechanics, like there's multiple ways we could have done it, and I just feel like by trying a little bit of everything and like not focusing on one, it just ended up not being, it just could have like stood out more by doing any one of those. I personally might not have liked it as much if we had focused on the time mechanics, but I still think it would have made like a stronger like artistic statement. I also, on a personal level, stand by the fact I think it's weird that it is always objectively correct to be suspicious of everyone all the time, and it feels like it undermines the idea of your choices mattering for like a significant number of the excursion and excursion related tasks. Yeah, I think it's really important that indie games exist categorically right now because like the vast majority of AAA games hold very little interest for me. I mean, but Blueprints is indie, isn't it? I don't really know that much about the developer, but like I don't think that's like a big team. I'm pretty sure that's like an indie thing. I will say that Clara Obscura, which like I don't know if I'll ever play because there's too much other stuff going on right now, and I'll just like forget to do it because that's how video games work. It's getting like crazy reviews. That might even technically count as AAA. It's just like a bigger, or rather indie. It's just I think it's a bigger indie project than I'm used to thinking of as an indie project. But that game is like doing gangbusters. Everyone's talking about that thing. It's crazy. Um, Blueprints was one guy over 8 years, and others brought on as it. Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's after 1, and my mom's got to go to bed, and she feels obliged to watch all of these because she loves me. Hi, Mom. You guys want to find a secret Squirtle? You know how this works. I fill this room with stuffed animals. Many of them are still rabbits because Easter was last weekend. If you find a secret Squirtle by indicating something in this room, it's good luck for you in the coming days. Isn't that exciting? Maybe you'll find the secret garden. Shh, secret garden. I bet the Squirtles love it there. So you pick something. You let me know. Working prototype in 3 months? How does that work? I appreciate the. So yesterday I introduced everyone to the BFF. Um, and there wasn't a Squirtle hiding there yesterday, and basically everyone guessed it because how could you not? But I had a different like theme planned that I thought was like super obvious, and I was like, I don't have to put it behind the bee, who I don't have like a double friend to go with, but everyone will know that it's super obvious that there's two of everything, and everyone was just like the bee. And so it won't surprise you to learn that I have corrected this. One of my most precious Squirtles here behind the BFF. What else did we guess? Eastern Winnie the Pooh, top center Triceratops. I appreciate the disambiguation. Uh, it's a very big B. How could we not? I mean, I knew that there was a high likelihood of it. I just really thought my theme was so obvious that it was that people would know what I was doing. I overestimated myself or something. Okay, top center Triceratops. Okay, that's the Squirtle. East or Winnie the Pooh. That's a Squirtle. Did I miss one in there? I feel like there might have been one more in there. BFF, 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 BFF. Oh, Carlos. Carlos. Carlos has a little bunny friend on him, but under the bunny friend, that's a Squirtle. And I feel like someone yesterday had indicated that they wanted to see the handle on this bunny basket. That's a Squirtle too. And like, look at that. It's a Easter bunny Easter basket. Now, at this point, I don't think it will come as a shock that the theme was that I felt really bad that everyone gets the B and there wasn't a Squirtle, and then I put a Squirtle behind everything, so that whether you guessed the B or thought I was gonna fake you out, you would find a Squirtle. So that's what happened there. Yeah, we got a whole squad up here. Squirtle squad. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed some blueprints. I'm really digging this so far. I intend to play some more. Again, if you guys are interested, we will probably finish it on stream. That sounds good to me. But next Friday, we're going to start Old Skies, a new time travel adventure game that just came out like 2 days ago or something. And then we'll be back with more blueprints on Saturday, assuming that like Disney World doesn't intervene or something. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. And remember that you are Colossum.